Hello everybody. I'm doing a little bit of a different video today. I'm going to be recording a bit of a Q&A. I had LinkedIn ask me some questions. I came up with some questions on my own as well, and I kind of want to answer them, give you guys a little bit of perspective, maybe some new thoughts and such. And I thought these questions were pretty good, so I was like, hey, why not? I'll do a little bit of a Q&A. Haven't done one before, so why not? So let's start off nice, simple, easy. So, what would be my dream job if money was not a problem? So, question one. I would probably, and this is probably a crazy one, I would probably just be a martial arts master. Genuinely. I love martial arts, all the styles of it, Taekwondo, Brazilian Jiu Jitsu, Capoeira, like all that. I love it so much. So if money wasn't an issue, I would just be just a martial arts master. That is so fire. And I could even do, martial arts movies. I don't know if you've seen those, but those are badass. Some are corny, but some of them are really badass. So that's probably what I would do. Next question, question dos. What made you choose the career that you're in right now? Is it somewhat linked to your childhood goal? I would say yes. This, what I do now, which is the whole book stuff, working with people, selling media on Amazon, I would say it is linked to the childhood goal. In terms of what made me chose it, I just wanted something that didn't have to rely on 9 to 5. I've never liked the concept of 9 to 5 personally because my dad always did that. And I was like, I'm not trying to dress nice. I'm not trying to listen to people who just can't lead. So I was like, I'll just do my own thing. And yeah, I just happened to land on a very good thing pretty early on. I started this during the pandemic 5 years ago. So I would have been like 18 roughly. I've been going strong ever since. And I think if childhood me, understood what I'm doing, I think they would have been very appreciative of the fact that I actually accomplished the goal that I set out to, which warms my heart a little bit. Next up, what are the key turning points in your life journey that led you along the path you're on now? Do I get the obvious answer out of the way? A breakup. Yeah, when I was, I think it was sophomore year. Yeah, life was not great to say the least. I had gone through a very long term breakup. It was like 2.5 years. She moved on very quickly. I didn't. School, I was doing terrible, like D's and C minuses the whole way through. Life at home was miserable because it was just the same shit, you know, living with all my vices and having no purpose in life. It got to a point where I was like, I need to change or I will just die and I've accomplished nothing in life. So I think that's the big one. I think the second one, more recent, has been the move to Texas because it was the first time in my life where I've had to kind of figure everything out. No parents, no, free home type of stuff. It was just me and my roommate against the fucking world, pretty much. And it had taught me a lot. If I had to pick a third, like life altering thing, it would either be, the beginning of this business or moving out of the apartment and into, the hostel. So I was trying to figure everything out. Because those two, I still feel the effects of the book stuff because it's what I do now. It's kind of how I built myself up as a brand and as a person. And then the hostel stuff has done the same thing, but just more recently. So easily, biggest motivator is usually a breakup. So sucks, but gotta do what you gotta do. So next question. If your current business wasn't an option, what would you do to make money? So the current business I do, selling media on Amazon. What would I do? Probably this, content creation. I like making content like this. It genuinely is like pretty fun for me. I probably would just, instead of all the time spent on like sourcing and stuff, I would just learn about content, make content and such. I've been doing it for like a decade. Not great, but I have been doing it and I like it. So that's probably what I would do. If not that, I probably would just be a Taekwondo master and run my own place if I had to pick something. That works too, but I probably would just be doing content creation. It's pretty simple, pretty easy. That's what I like. So question 5 says, if you would choose to complete your life in another country, what country would this be and why? I have one answer for you: El Salvador. I went there in 2020, right before the pandemic happened. I've never felt more alive. I've never felt more alive. For the first time in a long time, I actually felt freedom. You know, sure, I was on vacation, but I was climbing trees. I was doing whatever I fucking wanted. And the plus on that too is I know how to make money as well online. So $1 from America is like a bajillion dollars in El Salvador. So I'd be a fucking millionaire in like a year. And most of my family's down there, and I don't want to really say it out loud because it sounds it's like an asshole. But I have like celebrity. No, I'm not saying that. I have clout back home because I'm like, holy shit, dude, it's a guy from America. You know. So I probably would go back to El Salvador. I genuinely love that place. If I had to go somewhere new, probably Japan. Basic ass answer, dude. I'm an anime nerd. Like, yeah, I would just stay in Japan. I like anime. Can't. I'm sorry if you don't like anime. Whatever. And next one, it just says, "What's my work system?" And it's very simple. I just batch stuff. I almost died. Um, yeah, I just batch. It's very simple. So I'll give you a scenario. I have like 10,000 books. Scan them all, then list them all, then ship them all. So I do everything of one thing first, and then move on to the next thing, do it all, and the next. That's generally how you do it. It's really hard for me personally to go from boom to boom to boom, and then go back to boom to boom to boom, and then back again. It's better to just all of it at once, then all of it at once, then all of it at once. It's definitely been the easiest manner to do so for me. So that's my work system, just batch everything of the same thing or similar thing, and then go from there. Next up would be, if you could give your 18-year-old self one piece of advice, what would it be? I had thought about it, and I would probably say find your purpose, find a mission that calls to you. Because there's, in my opinion, two things that will motivate any man. Number one is your 10 out of 10 women, wife material. And if you don't believe me, you haven't been with one. I've been with a couple. I've never worked hard on my life after meeting them. That's besides the point. The second one, and obviously the one that of higher importance, is your mission. If you don't have a mission, why the fuck are you waking up? You know, like, what's pulling you to wake up? Because I've realized when I didn't have a mission, I just woke up. I had work. I had to go to school. I had to do this. I had responsibilities. With the mission, I'm like, all right, cool. I'm up. I have all that, but also building the future, educating the next generation, etc., etc. So find your mission, whatever that is. Go from there. You can do a lot if you just figure out what you want to do with your life. Obviously, over time it'll change, but the general idea is find your mission. So next up, number 8, we only got a couple more, is what book or piece of content shifted your perspective the most? I guarantee you, not many of you have heard this book. I talked about it briefly a long time ago. The Way of the Superior Man. That book genuinely, I have it right here actually. Yeah, I got it right there. Genuinely changed my life. So I've read a lot of, like red pill manosphere books of masculinity. I didn't have a good understanding of it because, I didn't really see my dad and I didn't really hang around like super masculine guys per se. So I didn't have a good understanding. And a lot of the other books that I read about masculinity and red pill were the same. where it was just the same regurgitated bullshit. Do this, make a lot of money, find a good wife, and women are trash, etc., etc. I'm like, dude, I get it. I heard it the first time. I don't need to hear it another 58 times. But the way of the superior man was the best way I ever learned about masculinity. It has fantastic points and ideas. Because, as I said, it's like the same regurgitated bullshit for all of the books. And that one is like chapter 3, live as if your father was dead. Stop waiting for life to be easy. Just like, what? This is totally different definition of what a man is. And I have read it maybe 30 times. And each time I do, I try and keep something new from it. Because it genuinely is buenísimo of a book. If you're a dude, I would recommend it easily, like 10 out of 10. It is beautiful, fantastic piece of writing, genuinely. Woman, same thing, also works. It talks about feminine and masculine like essences. So if you're more of a masculine woman, it makes sense for you as well to read it. We get a different perspective. I think it's a great read, honestly. Genuine 10 out of 10. Now, number 9. What's the one thing that most people get completely wrong about you? I think that would be that I am the angriest person around, or that something of that nature. I have a very, very bad resting bitch face, especially in the gym. And when you talk to me, it's like, oh, hey, how you doing, man? Oh, dude, great pump. That was a great set. Or on my conversations on Zoom or LinkedIn, I try to be as nice as possible because that's just who I am. That's how I was raised to be, to be the nice guy. But I always look so angry. So I look like I'm the biggest asshole in the world. So I think that's probably the biggest misconception with me is I'm probably like I look like the biggest asshole, but I actually have a really big heart. I like to think so. Um, so yeah, just I'm not that big of an asshole. I hope I've been trying. So we'll see. And then the last question for today: what's a childhood memory that shaped who you are today? Very simple. So for context, I grew up in the ghetto. Kind of miss the ghetto, but whatever. So I believe I was out walking with my father, just walking around the neighborhood, exploring, and I saw a Tonka toy truck, bro. That thing, I still remember it vividly. Oh, thing of beauty, thing of art. Played with it for so long, loved it. I was sad when I lost it because I love that. Where did I find it? Right next to the dumpster. I could not give less of a fuck what something's worth or where I find it. I don't care because that Tonka truck gave me so much joy and happiness, and I didn't realize it was in the trash. Genuinely. When I visited back home like 5 years ago, 6 years ago, I remember that trash can vividly. That dumpster. I remember it. And I knew where the Tonka truck was because it meant everything to me. Because we didn't have much growing up, you know? So I'm always very grateful for all the little things. So I don't own a whole lot. Like the most expensive thing that I own right now currently is probably this sword. It's like $120. This is the most expensive thing I own because I don't like owning expensive stuff. It doesn't mean anything to me. Like the memories and the good times matter way more to me. So that's why I don't care about like Gucci, Versace, and shit like that. Who cares? That's just a fucking flex thing that no one cares about. I've never gotten it. So yeah, those are 10 Q&A questions. I'll probably do one later on. Um, yeah, this was fun. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.